The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Exploring the Unknown with Rebecca Williamson and Shay Carroll. Taking stories from today's news, Rebecca and Shay will explore everything from the paranormal, supernatural, the strange and unusual, unsolved mysteries, and more. Join them as they dive deep into the unknown and mysterious. Taken from news headlines, water cooler chats with a paranormal twist and sarcasm. Be sure to join the Facebook group Exploring the Unknown with Rebecca and Shay for behind the scenes info, articles, and all updates. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hey girl, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Shay?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Good.
A little low energy today, but I have a supersized cup of coffee in front of me, so.
Coffee makes everything better.
Yeah, and if coffee doesn't work after 8 pots, you switch to beer.
Well, 8 pots later, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I have a little bit of a cold, so my voice goes in and out, but besides that, I'm good.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't have a cold after yesterday. We went to an expo, and the air conditioner was so cold. Amelia and I were shivering. Like, my fingertips were blue. It was horrendous.
Oh, God. That's horrible. Other than that, how did the expo go?
Other than that, it was a decent expo.
Good.
Yeah, a lot of good people there. We had a good time, and yeah, nice. So
Nice. That's awesome.
other than freezing.
Other than that, it was great.
Yeah.
Oh, so what are we talking about today?
The 5 most common types of ghosts and spirits.
Ooh.
Yeah, 5 types. I'm kind of curious to see what their 5 types are here. So.
Yeah, I picked this one for once. I picked one because it's... We'll get into it.
Yeah. This is on ghostsandgravestones.com. So, have you ever seen a ghost? People ask me that all the time if I've ever actually seen one. I'm like, well, yeah, I've seen evidence of ghosts, but anyway.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Many of us have had weird sensations about seeing shadows or shapes out of the corner of our eye, only for them to disappear when we turn to look. And while you may be one of those people who is not afraid of such paranormal experience, did you ever stop and wonder just what kind of ghostly apparition you encountered? Maybe, like most folks, you didn't even consider that there could be different kinds of ghosts out there. But the fact is, experts in the field have put together a list and definitions of the type of supernatural phenomena that exist, and it may come in handy, especially if you're headed out on a Ghost and Gravestones tour.
Maybe.
Number 1, the interactive personality. The most common of all ghosts spotted is usually of a deceased person, someone you know, a family member, or perhaps even a historical figure. These ghosts can be friendly or not, but often show themselves to others in a variety of ways. They can become visible, they can speak or make noises, touch you, or even emit an odor like perfume or cigar smoke. to let you know that they are there. Experts say that this type of ghost retains its former personality of when they were alive and can feel emotions. And often they are visiting you to comfort you or let you know something important. So if you happen to see a lost loved one, chances are they are there because they feel you want or need to see them.
So I think most people just most people haven't broke it down that much and just call it an intelligent haunting. But
that's what I was going to say. I would call that an intelligent haunting, and I wouldn't call it common either.
No, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say.
I think that's what most people think of when they think of ghost.
Yes,
but I would not call that more common. I don't know. That just maybe being picky.
Maybe. I want to know who the experts, in quotations, experts are.
Who are their experts? Yes. All right, let's go on. Number 2, the ectoplasm or ecto mist.
Oh, that sounds kinky.
Right? Ever seen a mist or fog that almost looks like it's swirling? If so, you may be witnessing that paranormal investigators deem as, or what paranormal investigators deem as an ectomist or ghostly mist. This vaporous cloud usually appears several feet off the ground and can move swiftly or simply stay still, almost like it's orbiting. These ghostly encounters have been captured on many videos and in photographs, and can be white, gray, or even black. Although they can simply appear this way, linger, then move away quickly, sometimes ectoplasms appear before becoming a full-body apparition. Many people have witnessed them outdoors, in graveyards, battlefields, and historical sites.
Huh.
Okay. This one I see more often in pictures.
Yes.
Than actually seeing it with the naked eye. Sometimes it pops up in pictures. But the ones outside are very, very debatable as being.
Yes. I would call this one, with the eye, this one would probably be more common than the other, because a lot of people say they start to see something, but then not fully.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that is definitely more common.
Yep, I think so.
Okay.
Oh, God, here we go.
Here we go. The poltergeist. Perhaps one of the most popular terms most of us have heard when it comes to ghosts. The word poltergeist actually means noisy ghost because it is said to have the ability to move or knock things over, make noise, and manipulate the physical environment. While many of us had heard the term before, a poltergeist is actually one of the rarest forms of haunting and to many the most terrifying. Loud knocking sounds, lights turning off and on, doors slamming, even fires breaking out mysteriously have all been attributed to this type of a spiritual disturbance. Another frightening aspect of the poltergeist is that the event usually starts out slowly and mildly, then begins to intensify. And while many times poltergeist activity is harmless and ends quickly, there have been known to actually become dangerous. Some experts explain it as a mass form of energy that a living person is controlling unknowingly. Whatever the case may be, poltergeists have caught the attention of paranormal enthusiasts and experts, scientists, and many others who are just plain curious.
Okay.
I don't like this definition at all.
I don't either. It started off good. If you say, all right, so there's a difference between a poltergeist and poltergeist activity, and they just kind of lumped it.
Yeah, they did. And I have issues.
Yeah.
With this whole thing.
Up until they got into the controlling, that's where they lost me, because that's more usually it's adolescents, mostly girls. Yeah, so poltergeist activity.
Yeah.
That's usually what most common thing that people think of as an adolescent, usually a girl, hormonal, and that's when, I don't want to get too long of a conversation, but that's when it's like almost like telekinesis. That's paranormal. I mean, that's poltergeist activity. They don't know they're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Firestarter movie, which is based off a true story. And I mean, that kind of stuff, yes. That's like a whole different thing. Is it paranormal? Yes.
Yes.
But it's not ghosts.
Exactly. And poltergeist, the definition, noisy ghost. So to me, that's just another form of an intelligent haunting.
Exactly. And I mean, I kind of disagree with this being a rare thing because, I mean, how often do we ask for knocks and get knocks responses back?
It doesn't mean it's poltergeist.
No, it does not mean it's a poltergeist.
I mean, it does, because a poltergeist is just a noisy ghost.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like this one at all.
No, I have huge issues with it. That's why I said I don't really want to get into it. And are you ready?
Yeah.
For the next one? Here we go.
Yeah, boy, this is going to be another one. Number 4, Orbs.
Sorry.
I don't even know if I want to read this one.
Oh, God.
Orbs are probably the most photographed type of anomaly. They appear as a transparent or translucent ball of light that is hovering over the ground. Many ghost hunters and guests on Ghost and Gravestones are surprised to see them in their photos. It is believed that orbs are the soul of a human or even an animal that has died and is traveling around from one plane to another. The circular shape that they take on makes it easier for them to move around and is often the first state they appear in before they become a full-bodied apparition. If you're lucky enough to capture an orb on video, you'll be amazed at how fast they can move. In photographs, they're usually white, but can be blue as well.
Dust.
Right? Okay, so let me tell you about this ghost tour I went on.
All right.
And I tell this story a lot because it kind of sums up my feelings on the orb thing. So they take us down into a basement. And it's a dry basement, but it's not clean. It's a basement of an abandoned building. So we're all down in this basement. And they turn off the lights and we walk back and forth across the floor by ourselves to see what we can feel. Everybody takes a turn walking back and forth across this floor. And then they're like, oh boy, it feels heavy in here. Let's take some pictures. And so we all snap pictures. After we'd walked back and forth across this dusty floor for about half an hour, and wouldn't you know it, but the pictures that we took were full of orbs.
Grandma, is that you?
Yes. Oh my gosh, it just proved our feelings. And no, that is dust. That was a lot of dust in a dusty old basement that they had stirred up before they had us take pictures and then claimed that it was activity. And, for the uninitiated, that makes for a good, exciting tour. For everybody else, it makes for a fake tour.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I agree with you. Now, I agree with, if you take the photograph part out of the orb definition that they gave.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think it's somebody's grandmother, but if you were to see it with your own eye, that's different.
Right. Totally different. And I have seen an orb with my own eye, and that was... I have too.
And I got a picture of it, and I make it clear that the reason I took the picture is because I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
So, and also, I would contribute that's more to their first definition.
Right.
I don't know if it's soul of my grandmother. I don't know if that's what it is, but I would put it more with something trying to show themselves or...
Right. I've often thought they just don't have quite the energy to come forward.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just the energy. And, I mean...
It's a very unpopular opinion we have, but my mind will never change. Never.
The first possibility for an orb picture is dust.
Bugs.
But second is bugs. Third, a light anomaly, a lens flare.
Lens flare. Moisture.
Moisture. Yeah.
There's so many.
And there's so many. So true orb pictures are actually kind of rare. I have never heard of this next one.
This is the one. Me neither. This is why I picked it.
I've never heard of this. Number 5, funnel ghosts. Most often spotted in homes or old historic buildings, the funnel ghost or vortex is frequently associated with a cold spot. Okay, cold spots, I get that. They usually take on the shape of a swirling funnel, and most paranormal experts believe they are a loved one returning for a visit or even a former resident of the home. Appearing as a wisp of light or a swirling spiral of light, they are often caught in photographs or on video. Isn't that the same thing as the ectoplasm they set up above?
Kind of. Except they use the word, what was it, vortex?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I've never heard of this one.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Never heard of that. Where are they? And that's the end of their list. They left out residual.
Yeah. They did leave out residual.
Totally left out residual. Apparently they don't have any of that on their tours. I don't know.
I don't know either. Which is why, before I forget, next week we are going to follow up this article with the top 3 scientific explanations for ghost sightings.
That sounds interesting.
Yes, so I picked back to back to try to get different views. Oh, hold on, my dog's. All right,
Okay.
let's wait a second here, my dog's. All right, and we're recording again. So, yeah, residual. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, the residual they totally left out, and totally left out residual, which is just basically the energy left behind. But that could be like noises, that could be full body apparitions, that could be.
It's just their energy footprint. I mean. The easiest way to explain it is like it's a movie playing over and over and over again. And they do not know you there. They do not interact with you. It's just a form of energy.
Right. I think I would condense this list a lot because, interactive personality kind of encompass the poltergeist and their funnel ghosts.
Yeah.
And, of course, orbs. I guess you got to talk about orbs, although that's so controversial.
But their opinion is the popular one on orbs.
I know. And, you get so many people that bring you, like, an orb picture, and they're like, oh, look at this orb, and blah, 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 and they're so excited about it. And don't get me wrong, I've seen some orb pictures that I get excited about, too, but...
Yeah.
But there's so few true orb pictures, so few true ones,
Yes, exactly. I lost my train of thought.
So yeah, I agree. I'm not a big fan of this list. This list is it's odd.
Yeah, they probably have multiple lists with different things. I didn't really look, but humans, we like to have labels and on everything. Categories, and we've talked briefly about this. I think, I break it down to intelligent haunting, residual, I guess maybe possibly rare demon activity.
Right.
So.
Yeah, those are my 3. Intelligent, residual, and demonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, we've talked about this before. If you want to say, what is a ghost? My simple answer is, and this is my opinion, a ghost is a deceased person that has not passed, hold on, what's the word?
No.
Not crossed over yet.
Yeah.
And a spirit to me is one that has crossed over and can either go back and forth or just did it the one time, whatever. But that's, break it down for. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. No, I tend to agree with that for the most part.
Yeah, and I'm having trouble thinking, if you can't tell, guys. But again, people exchange the words, they use them back and forth, so it's only if you want to differentiate it that I would use.
Right. Well, and it's like that funnel ghost and the ectoplasm, which I think they're kind of the same things. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, you're right. People just want to put labels on things, and it's so hard with the paranormal because you're trying to classify something that is hard to classify and hard to document.
Exactly. So, but I think that's about it on this one. What do you think?
Yeah. No, I think this was a neat one to talk about because it was
different.
Different, yeah. That's the word I was looking for. It's different.
Yep. So, okay. So make sure you guys listen next week for our follow-up one, because I think that one might be interesting.
Yeah. Different list next week. So let's see if this next list is more aligned with what Shay and I think.
Yes, exactly. And we hope you guys have a great week. Don't forget to join our group that is mostly inappropriate memes in between us doing our paranormal stuff in there, but they're pretty funny. It's a group on Facebook. Funny. What? Yeah, say that again.
We think they're funny.
Yes, we do. And sometimes we'll message each other back and forth. Is this one too inappropriate?
Yeah, I posted one that was really inappropriate, and it mentioned somebody else's name. I didn't tag them in the post.
Oh, did I see that? I don't even know if I saw that.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Almost tagged them, and then I thought, no, that might be taking it a little far.
Yes. All right, guys, it is. Our group name is Exploring the Unknown with Rebecca and Shay. So look it up, join it, be fun. You can share your groups and all your type of advertisements every Friday. So yeah, have a great week, and we'll be back next week. Thank you.
See ya. Thanks.